Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So as promised, I wanted to do a reading for the Jupiter retrograde here this week. It's going to take place on October 9th. But before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all your views, your likes, your shares, subscribes, the super thanks, your comments. It's just been amazing. You guys have made this channel, have lifted me up to places that I never dreamed that it could go. And really, truly, I thank you guys. I love you back. And I truly hope these messages lift you up just as much as each and every one of you lift me up. So that said, let's get started. So Jupiter, which is known as the Great Benefic, basically will be going into retrograde on October 9th here this week. It's a 4-month retrograde, and it'll carry us through into 2025. It actually will not go direct until February 5th, technically, but either way. In this retrograde, it's going to be in Gemini. And so just to forewarn you, not only will it affect your Virgo placements, Sun, Moon, and Rising, any other ones, but it'll also affect Gemini, Sagittarians, and Pisces. So if you have any placements in any of those 4 signs, expect to feel this a little bit more so or stronger than maybe others, or that you might think would affect you. Now, Jupiter is basically kind of known for bigger is better, for better or worse. It's the planet of abundance, of fortune, of knowledge and philosophy, but it's also the planet of wisdom and luck and expansion and amplification. And so that's why I guess the best way to describe it is really, it's the bigger is better planet, for better or for worse, because things are amplified. And so with this one, basically it's a time and a chance for us Virgos to make our own luck, to change our own luck. It's an amazing opportunity. It's the planet of abundance, right? And so this is the time to zoom out and reimagine what you want your professional path to look like. Like I say, bigger is better, for better or worse. So that's all about taking in the pros and the cons, right? And with the 6 of Wands in reverse, basically you could have experienced some minor hiccups, some temporary success, really fighting for that sustainable success. But this is about delayed news, or potentially even bad news or negativity. But this is also about, most importantly, strong untapped potential. You have more within you. Bigger is better, basically. There's an amplification. And with this retrograde for us Virgos, specifically, it's going to hit our houses of career and finances. So this is all about our career. And like I say, it's the time to zoom out and reimagine what you want your professional life to look like. And so since Jupiter basically has entered Gemini in May, earlier this year, for us Virgos, and put a heart in the comments below, like, share, subscribe if this resonates with you, but basically since May, it's really kind of lit a fire to put the pedal to the metal, hard foot on the gas, to earn recognition, gain authority, and claim your spotlight in your career path, to really stand in your leadership. Take leadership of the self, leadership of your career path. And so with the Tower here, this is about ambition. This is about change. You've been putting that pedal to the metal since May. And so now that it's going retrograde, it's a chance to consider the big picture. And that's what this Tower is about, right? It's a sudden epiphany. It's a time to really look back at all the work you've done. Look at all the ambition, all the energy that you've invested into that career, into your financial path. And really, truly ask yourself, have the efforts paid off? Has it been gratifying mentally, emotionally, or is it possible that you might do well to reframe how you're thinking about success? It also addressed the idea of social norms, what's culturally accepted and expected of us when it comes to career and finances. As an example, what comes to mind is, say, our lending system in the United States. Our whole lives, we are programmed that we need this credit score, and it affects so much. It can affect your employment. It can affect, rental situations if you're applying for a place in that way. It can affect applying for a loan. It can affect, even your electric bills in some areas, or your utility bills, And so it's this idea that we all need credit. But really, when you look at credit, all it is, it's a measurement that we've adopted as a culture to essentially get an idea of somebody's financial disposition as well as financial character. And it's nice because it's a score, so we can just put it up on a scale and judge everybody by that, right? But really, truly, what it is it's a scale, so we can judge everybody based on how they manage debt. Now, what if you were debt-free, right? What if you owed nobody? Everything that you have, you own. You own clear and free. Well, what does that do to your credit? Unfortunately, what it does is you have no credit. It's like starting from scratch. Say if you're 17 turning 18 and you're moving into your very first apartment, or you're having to pay your first types of bills or get that car loan at a really young age like that. If you have no credit, the bank's going to look at you and say that you're high risk. However, and that's due to cultural norms and acceptance and structures, right? However, you owe nobody. You've already paid off all your debts, and you're demonstrating, basically by being debt-free, that you know how to manage your money, and you know how to pay things back so that they're clean and clear. You've earned that. However, they don't reward you for it because there's nothing to gauge you on. So it's a little interesting, right? And it's about really looking at those types of aspects and how you're thinking about success. And one of the most wisest things that I will truly carry with me forever, and how I look at financial management, is I had the opportunity, one of my mentors was the original CFO to a cooperative, and also, to side tangent, he was the original chief astrologer for the cooperative as well. They were very much into astrology and esoterics in planning their business meetings, especially when they were grassroots and they were first building everything from the ground up. Now, what I loved about his mentorship is basically he told me one day as we were talking, like I say, he was my mentor, so we were talking business philosophy. And one of the best things he ever shared with me was finances, or more correctly, profit, is only one measure of success. There are so many other aspects of success that we don't value or hold water to comparatively to profitability, like money speaks, basically, or money talks. And more importantly, what we're programmed in the financial aspects of business management is that cash is king and your bottom line is what matters. However, we overlook all these other types of successes that ultimately lay a stable foundation and pay off financially, because they're financial investments too, or translate over to that. And what I mean by that is successional planning, employee retainment, employee satisfaction. That's how you get that, right? So even something as non-monetarily managed or weighed, like employee satisfaction and contentment. How happy are they and content in their job to work and support your mission for your cooperative or your company? And how long are they happy? How long are they content with the growth that they're gaining and the wisdom that they're gaining with you through that journey together? that leads to that longevity, right? And that's through loyalty. That's through treating people well and rewarding them along the way for their good deeds and good work and good attitudes, right? Say too, even something that's immeasurable as attitude. If people come in with attitudes of gratitude, or you've surrounded yourself by energy vampires, or you've surrounded yourself by yes men that will always tell you what you hear but never challenge you to grow. What lays that stable foundation? And so this is all about basically looking at your career path, your financial house and financial path, and asking yourself, have the efforts that I've put in, especially since May when pedal has been to the metal, gas has been on like with a heavy foot the whole time, you are revving at 4 or 5, no pressure, for all those speed demons that still drive stick shift. But it's looking at that and saying and asking yourself, have the efforts paid off? Have they been gratifying mentally, financially, emotionally? But also too, asking yourself, is it possible that I might do well to reframe how I'm thinking about success? And that's also being gentle with ourselves, right? It's, say you haven't grown as much as you want to grow, or you haven't gotten fully to those goals, that you haven't achieved them or reached completion, but you're still working towards them. It's being able to look at each and every step and celebrating each and every step of the way of your successes and really truly appreciating them. But taking the time to ask these questions like this, it could set the stage rather in 2025 for an even greater satisfaction coming into this next new year. And with the Queen of Wands, this is all about optimism, right? This is all about asking yourself these questions, and it gives you that new perspective, that new affinity and self-confidence to be able to look back, clear thinking, or as a clear thinker, as somebody that holds virtue towards these other measures of success and remains grounded within them, to know that we're being gentle with ourselves. We are taking the opportunity to acknowledge how far we've come, and to what other things, has it paid off or not? If it hasn't, to be able to let those go or reframe them in a different way. And so during this 4-month retrograde, you will be compelled, or could feel compelled, to explore inward. Because like I say, normally Jupiter is all about the extrovertedness of it. It's bigger than life. It's bigger is better, for better or worse. But it's all about that amplification. This is going to be amplified towards going inward and asking ourselves those emotional, how we feel emotionally about our path, how we feel psychologically about our path, and to take a view and an introspection in a self-reflective way, and especially with Jupiter entering Gemini. Like I say, this is all about, Gemini is all about the gift of gab, communication, networking, but also too, they're very mutable. They are also ruled very much by Mercury, just like us Virgos. And so if you've got placements in Gemini and Virgo, be prepared that this is going to be an impactful and an important important retrograde, where you're really looking at things and looking at where you're investing your energy and investing it wisely, but being able to really analyze the pros and the cons, as well as being able to be open-minded enough to look at the idea that there's always a way. There's untapped potential that you have yet to explore, that you have yet to really expand and nurture, and you have more within you, especially when it comes to your path of career and your path of finances in this life. And so with the Ten of Pentacles, this retrograde is really going to be opening up an idea of looking at that path, looking at your plan, if you will, looking at your efforts and paving a way for lasting wealth, lasting prosperity, lasting success, and financial stability and security. This is about really truly building that foundation, and really truly building that foundation with your partnerships in business, with your partnerships and relationships with family and friends. But it's most importantly a bond and a symbiotic relationship and embracement of a fusion to achieve harmony. It's that internal balance, right? It's that attunement. And so really what I see in this is there's a lot of passion behind this. You've got that Virgoan energy. We absolutely are a sign of service, so pentacles are always tied into the focus. But it's also that Sagittarian energy. And with the 14, that really reduces to a 5, right? So that's all about new beginnings with the 1 and the stable foundations that you create and the structures to make sure that they're sustainable. But also, too, with the 4, that's all about your foundations. And the 5 is basically unexpected energy. It's unexpected movement, basically, of where you're putting your efforts in and really taking a look at that. And so that's why I say it might be unexpected too. And I totally resonate with this card because, like I say, it's looking at the big picture. Now that you've put the pedal to the metal, it's a chance to kind of zoom out and instead look at look how far you've come, look at the path you've chosen, the plan that you have for the future with going forward, and asking yourself in different areas of it, have your efforts paid off, and reframe how you're looking at success to really truly understand what's the wisest investment in your energy. Now with the 10 as well, again, this will be a transition. I don't see a huge transition, but I say that and then it's like right away the Tower comes out here. Or comes to my attention here. And with the 7 being a disruption. So there could be some change with this. This is also the beginning and an end. This is about growth. And basically after that, we've got the 8 of Cups, we've got the 8 of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. So again, this is about change. You may find that you let go certain pieces where it's like, I put in a lot of effort to this piece of what I'm building, especially with my career, my money path or financial path. But you're seeking higher wisdom. You're seeking that soul-searching journey. So you may find that you reach certain pieces of it or analyze certain pieces of it and you're like, you know what? It wasn't emotionally gratifying. Or it wasn't financially gratifying. It unfortunately didn't come to a fruition that I anticipated, but instead what I'm doing over here is. And so it's identifying what's working, what's not, but also to zooming out to look at the big picture, to reimagine what you want out of your professional path and what you want that to look like. And so some of you may find that you're changing career paths altogether, but what I see in a lot of this is more about tweaking it. And it is tweaking it with change. Now with the 8 of Pentacles, this is all about education. This is all about hard work. This is diligence. This is talent in your craft. And it's about development and growth. And again, we've got that Virgoan energy. And so this is your Pisces energy. You've got your dream or your vision. You're looking at that vision and then you're getting to work and you're manifesting in the 3D with that Virgo rooted energy. And this is a lot of solar plexus energy, right? And so it's really about your capabilities. It's really about your confidence in a lot of ways too. And knowing that you're engaging in all areas of your life. You're not putting that, you're not putting the autopilot on. You're taking full accountability to every movement and every action and every choice that you make within the directions that you choose. And with the High Priestess, you're embracing that duality, right? You're embracing your intuition. You're embracing your perceptiveness, but you're also acknowledging there is an unrevealed future. And there's some beautiful things about that mystery. But you're utilizing your connection with the divine to really seek that higher wisdom and that higher learning of what's working, what's not, but also too how you're choosing to measure your success. Now, I do also want to say too, this is a time during this retrograde where it'll really support meditation, basically, around how you can bring even more luck and abundance and personal growth into your career path. Like I say, this is an evaluation of untapped potential, where it's like, hey, these pieces have been working, these pieces haven't, but what if it's looking at new avenues. It's creating new avenues or creating new doors and new windows that'll be opened, and really fully opening those windows and those doors when it comes to your potential. Like I say, this retrograde, it's all about a chance to make your own luck, and it's by tapping into that untapped potential. And right now, you've got the Midas touch. Basically, if you've been holding on, if you've been saving, if you've been managing very wisely, this is also about miserliness, right? So success in another way financially too is not necessarily all about how much you earn, but it's also about how much you spend. And that's where you've got the Midas touch for everything that you have made success-wise, especially in career and finances. You've managed it well, or you're looking at how you can manage it better. And so, side tangent with that too, this is a time to reassess wealth and your investment portfolios. It's an opportunity for that, to really look at how you can expand even further, how you can grow your finances even further with that untapped potential, those unexplored avenues that are out there that you haven't had a chance to really educate yourself on, and taking the opportunity to educate yourself on them now by seeking that wisdom. Now, what I do see in this as well with the 8 here of Swords is that in a lot of ways, you could have felt hopeless, you could have felt cornered, or even powerless or entrapped in certain aspects of your career or in certain aspects of your finances. This retrograde is really an opportunity to take a step back and to look at those as opportunities to really see how you can bring even more luck and abundance into your personal career growth. Say, if you've heard, as an example, what comes to mind is like, say you've heard like, hey, I'm sorry, you've got the qualifications when it comes to work experience, but we really wanted somebody with a higher degree level. And that's really left you feeling entrapped about what jobs are there for you, what doors can be opened for you. And that's really led towards, that type of rejection, I guess, is how I would put it, has really led to results that have been less than expected. Or two, like I say, you've put a lot of effort into things, pedal to the metal, full on out. Is I would, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say the to the wall, and it rhymes with wall, but it ends with S. It's just, I'm going to keep it PG-13, but you've been going so hard at this, and you've been not necessarily seeing results. And especially going back to the job example, you've been dealing with that rejection, or seeing rewards, yes, but they've been rather meager. They've been delayed in a lot of ways. This retrograde is the time to reassess those wealth plans, those investment portfolios, not only financially, but energetically, and asking yourselves, are these gratifying? Emotionally, mentally, financially here as well, but this is a time where this retrograde will really support that meditation around how you can bring even more luck and abundance, and take on that perspective of like, what more can I tap into? Because there is, it's that perspective as well. Like I say, especially with Jupiter being the planet of abundance, where it's what more can I tap into? It's not the beating yourself up of, well, I tried this and I failed. So I just want to be clear on that. It is truly a planet that focuses on bigger is better, for better or worse. Now, going into that here too, there is an aspect of harmony and balance that's involved. So another aspect, because I also study business philosophy and business analytics, and business model analytics. And so it's another way of creating a place of peace, but it's also a way of really setting yourself up and setting a cooperative or company up for success, right? Whether it be your company or who you work for. But either way, the ultimate goal is about achieving that balance and harmony. And with Jupiter, like I say, bigger is better for better or worse. One thing that we have also been culturally programmed with, especially in business philosophy, is that you have to continuously grow. And even culturally, financially wise, to keep up with inflation, for instance, as an example. Sometimes, if you don't, I shouldn't even say it that way, but I just want to try and be as diplomatic as I can, I guess. But growth isn't always better. It's a for better or worse realization and analytic perspective and meditation that this retrograde will really help you with. And what I mean by that is, I've seen companies grow so fast that they are just trying to band-aid things so that they can keep up. They are not laying a stable foundation. They're not putting measures in place or building their business models, their business systems, or even their business processes in a way that's sustainable. They're just trying to keep up. And so it's very reactionary rather than proactive. And so, unfortunately, like I say, what can happen, especially in light of looking at different aspects of how you define success, by focusing only on monetary success with the expectation that you will forever get profits. Each and every year you're going to grow. Each and every year you've got a goal that's better and bigger than what it was this year, without actually taking the time to perfect and come into a mastery of this level. You're already leaping ahead, basically. When you do that, not only do mistakes get made, but your stability, your foundation is not strong. And it becomes very weak, and different cracks start to form, and band-aids start to let go, or band-aids get ripped off by the pressure, and you can cause or endure a lot of painful transitions. And so this is really, truly, like I say, looking at the possibility and keeping an open mind to receive different perspectives, or reframe your perspective on how you're thinking about your success in your career path and in your financial path. And this truly is not only a new perspective, but this is the start of something new. This is an opportunity to change, to refine, but also to stand and gain inspiration through that creative energy, that outside the box thinking, that outside the box appreciation for different success measures that really truly set yourself up for strong foundations. And this by all means is a positive change. No longer, are you going to be standing in the nine of staffs here, or 9 of wands. But Spirit does want to, remind you that the battle is only half won. This retrograde will go 4 months. There's time to really analyze this. There's time to plant those seeds and reimagine what you want your professional path to look like. It's not about what it's meant to be. It's not about where it's going, but it's what you want your professional path to look like and what you want out of your professional path. So this is where the battle is half won. There's work to do, but this is success. This is perseverance through that. So don't, like I say, this is all about success. I guess is how I would put it. Don't sell yourself short, and don't paint yourself into a box, because you've got unlimited potential that you are exploring and untapping through this retrograde and bringing into 2025. Like I say, this is going to open doors and pave different avenues that will set you up for success, or an even bigger and better success moving into 2025. And it'll set the stage for even greater satisfaction. Now, with the Knight of Wands, this is about new ventures, and Spirit wants to really encourage you and reassure you that things will go well. This is a new adventure, but this is the time to embrace action with excitement, with inspiration. There may also be some travel. This may also take you not only to new avenues in say your planning, but also physically. So expect that there may be some options to explore with new locations. But either way, you are stepping into your authority, and it's with a focus on stability. It's also a focus on your leadership. And Spirit wants to, really remind you and support you that you hold the power. In this retrograde, you hold the power to reimagine what you want your professional life to look like. You hold the power to consider the big picture, to ask and really evaluate what efforts have paid off, what efforts truly fill your bucket up, and also redefine and reframe how you think about your measures of success, what you're holding to value and weighing them against. And with the Knight of Swords, this is all about change. And like I say, there is an opportunity coming towards you rather quickly with this. You'll also be embracing this type of a reevaluation or reassessment with a lot of bravery, I will say, with a lot of action. As you can see, he has a sword up. He is ready for that challenge. He is ready to look at how he sets the stage for 2025. And I only say he because this guy is a he. It's a he or she with, whatever resonates for you, like I say. But with the Chariot, again, this is fast action. This is focusing your energy, and this is all about change. And again, this is about ambition, success, and travel. And Spirit is really saying you are the star. Remember, you hold the power. This is about having hope for the future. This is about contentment in where you're going, and contentment and gratification emotionally, mentally, financially, in what you're doing and what you're building. And this reevaluation during this Jupiter retrograde, especially with it being the planet of fortune, it's about making your own luck. It's about wisdom. It's about philosophy, and about amplification and expansion in how you look at what you're cultivating in your personal growth, through your career path, through your financial foundation. And this will really renew your inspiration throughout all of these types of meditations and analysis for yourself. And so if that resonates, by all means, like, share, subscribe. If you feel comfortable, share your story in the comments below. If you don't feel comfortable sharing your story, that's okay too. Put a heart in the comments below. Let us know that this message resonates for you. Claim it for you. And also too, that lets us know here on the Honey Sea Star that basically you are with us, and we in turn also too want you to know that we are here with you. Also too, on my side, I'm here with you, and both my Mr. C's, Champ and Charlie, are here lifting you up, supporting you in your successes as well, and to supporting in you in determining what's working and what's not, what's no longer gratifying for you, where you really, it's time to just let those go. If you're struggling with that, we're here to lift you up as you let those go as well. So please let us know in the comments below if you're struggling with that too. But like I say, Spirit is reminding you, you are the star of your own show. And asking yourself these types of questions during this retrograde for Jupiter from October through February here will really set the stage for even greater satisfaction for you in your career path, in your financial foundation as you walk into this new year. And so, like I say, if this message resonates, please by all means help support the channel. It certainly means the world, and really truly this channel would not be here and what it is without each and every one of you. So please by all means help lift this channel up so we can get this message out to as many Virgos as we can too. Now before we go, I do want to go ahead and pull some spirit animal totems. And so Spirit, what messages do you have? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm just laughing. This is confirmation. So we pulled the frog. Let go of the past and embrace change. Here is your confirmation. Opportunities are close at hand. That's that untapped potential. Hop into this new day with joy, abundance, and good fortune await you. Just saying, I'm going to leave that out. And then 2, take advantage of this energy in this reading if this resonates. Open yourself up to some music therapy. It'll help realign your chakras so that you can manifest and use the laws of attraction to bring in this type of meditation towards your career path and your financial path. And so what we pulled is the C, the G sharp, and the G. And so play around with those. Realign your chakras here. Let us know if you feel comfortable how it goes. Share your story. But what I see in this is basically both your crown chakra and your third eye. This is connecting with the divine, with your path through meditation, but claiming that spotlight in how you define your success. And so I really, truly hope this message resonates. If it does, please, by all means, help support the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Take a look at our store as well. We also have super thanks available. And then all the designs on our store are meant to empower, uplift, and inspire. So take a look, see what your superpower word would, or empowerment word would be, not superpower, but you know what I meant. But either way, I'm sending all my love and light to you here in this Jupiter retrograde, and just truly appreciate each and every one of you. Love and light, take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.